Are you ready to rumble? Because the boxing world is buzzing with a fight unlike any other. In one corner, a social media sensation with lightning reflexes and a massive online army, Jake Paul. In the other corner, a heavyweight hurricane, a symbol of pure power and intimidation, Iron. Mike Tyson. This isn't your grandpappy's boxing match. This is a clash of generations, a cultural phenomenon, and a recipe for pure, unadulterated chaos. So buckle up, because we're diving deep into the epic showdown between the problem child and the baddest man on the planet, Jake Paul. Love him or hate him, he's carved his name into the fight game. From viral Vine star to YouTube king, Paul's built an empire on pushing boundaries. But his latest conquest? The boxing ring. Let's be real, his early opponents were more like stepping stones than contenders. But hey, you gotta start somewhere, right? But credit where credit's due. Paul's got undeniable athleticism, he's got blazing hand speed, a knack for showmanship, and the work ethic of a champion. He's steadily improved, racking up wins against YouTubers and even retired MMA fighters. See that fire in his eyes? That's what makes this fight so intriguing. Can Jake Paul translate his online success into real boxing glory? Or will the bright lights of the big stage expose him as a mere pretender?
I think it's life. That's life. You need the adversity. Joy wouldn't feel so good if it wasn't for pain. The work to make yourself better. Everything in life was a treasure hunt to find the gold. Then everybody would work on themselves, and because it's a fun, we're going through the jungle, we're gonna encounter all these problems, but we're gonna get the gold inside the cave, and we're looking at the map, and it's amazing, and this is a fun, cool Outer Banks story. But it's no different, you know. There's gold waiting for you in terms of who you are as a person when you can figure those things out, fix some of those problems, start to change into that man, and life will start to become so much sweeter, and all the things you have wanted will come to you so much faster. And it's, I think, knowing that maybe above all else is what people should look forward to.
Now let's shift gears and talk about the man, the myth, the legend, Mike Tyson. Iron Mike. Just that name sends shivers down spines.
It's time to fight, we're fighting. Don't care what time it is, any what time in the clock, any time in the world. A fight's a fight. Knowing you're gonna get your ass kicked if you don't fight because it's some particular hour would be nerve-wracking.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
I was trained in the day and I trained strength and conditioning at night.
Tyson's early career was a force of nature. The youngest heavyweight champion ever, he tore through the competition with an aura of invincibility. Tyson was a once-in-a-generation talent. His combinations were lightning fast and his punching power, unreal. He could literally knock you out with a single blow. But Tyson's story is one of both triumph and tragedy.
When we moved to Brownsville, which was a much more aggressive neighborhood, it just wasn't good. It was just crime-infested, drug-infested neighborhood, and it was very aggressive. And my mother had knew a lot of men. Her and her friends knew a lot of men. It wouldn't be abnormal for me to come from one of my friends' houses, to come from outside a man and a woman is in one of my mother's room. Or my mother's in a room with a man and a woman, and we can't go in the room, but we have to stay outside in the kitchen, perhaps, or the living room, and we can't go in the back of the room until they're finished. As time went on, I've learned to while people were in the back that I would, and they fell asleep, I would go in their pockets and take their money. And that's just how it's been. That's just what it was all about. I learned how to steal at a young age. When my mother's friends were in her house, they were drinking, I learned to go in their house from a fire escape and rob their house while they were downstairs drinking with my mother. And that's just what I learned to do in my life. I was born with great perception. It came from my street life, from being locked up for stealing and facing unbelievable odds as a young kid. I had great perception. And once I watched these guys fight, I just knew it was a matter of time, but I knew my time would soon come.
Many people may know I'm from New York. I come from a gang-ridden, drug-riddled, it's a really bad neighborhood at that particular time. Got in a little bit of trouble, went to a few reform schools, and in one particular time I went to reform school, I met a gentleman named Bobby Stewart. Irish Bobby Stewart used to be a professional fighter. But when I was in this detention center, I was separated from the other kids because I was new. But I noticed the kids were coming over, and they were coming over with like broken nose, cracked teeth, cracked ribs, beat up. But I noticed they were laughing, they were happy. And I said, what's going on over there? And there's a lot of, we're boxing Mr. Stewart. And so I saw this guy, this little frail white guy. I said, well, come on, I want to box too. I don't even know anything about fighting. I think I'm tough, so I'm flailing away, and he hit me in the stomach. And at that time, I never been hit in the stomach before. And then, of course, when you get hit in the stomach, blah! So I said to myself, excuse me, sir, I'm humble now. Can you teach me that? Because in my way of thinking at this time, I'm gonna hit somebody in the stomach when I go home. He's gonna go, and I'm gonna go in his pockets, right? So this is how I'm thinking then, right?
Personal struggles and legal troubles derailed his career. His later years were a shadow of his former dominance. Still, his legacy as a boxing icon remains unchallenged. Everybody's got a plan. Chilling words, fight fans. But will Tyson's legendary power be enough against a younger, faster opponent? Or will Father Time finally knock out the Iron Mike for good?
And that's my personality. Like right now, I'm scared to death. But as the fight gets closer, the less nervous I become because it's reality. And in reality, I'm invincible.
This fight is a true David versus Goliath scenario. Youth, speed, and technology versus experience, raw power, and an iron will. Both fighters have trained relentlessly, but only one can emerge victorious. So, fight fans, the question remains, can Jake Paul outrun legend? Will this be a youth movement or a brutal display of old-school power? Place your bets in the comments below, and don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe for all the latest fight news and analysis. We'll be breaking down the fight from every angle, so stay tuned.